Hey, you! I've been waiting all day to hear from you. How was your pregnancy checkup? Hi, Mom. I'm sorry. I just came back from the hospital and fell asleep. The doctor said that the baby was healthy. Stop talking nonsense. You know what I want to know. Seeing how you avoided me like that, I knew it immediately. It's a girl again, isn't it? Mom, regardless of the gender of the child, it is still my child and your grandchild. I just accept that my grandchild is a boy. How many times do I have to say it again? You are such a bad wife. Your only duty is to deliver a son for my family, but you can't do it. This is already the second daughter. What are you going to do? But Mom, I can't decide the gender of the baby. And whether the baby is a boy or a girl, it's still your grandchild. This time, gender is not a big matter anymore. What did you say? You mean I'm old-fashioned, backwards thinking, and sexist, right? No, Mom, I never think that. I'm so sorry. But my husband doesn't need a son. He never talked about it. He is my son. What I want is what he wants. My son is the main heir of this big family. He will never have a daughter. I don't want to say more. Get yourself an abortion. You can take advantage of this while your husband is on a business trip and abort it. And then it can be said that you fell down the stairs or hit a car or something. I will testify for you. What? No, Mom. Please don't force me to do that. Only 2 more months until the baby is born. I cannot kill it. Mom, I'm begging you. Don't do this to your grandchildren. You have forgotten your place. You have no decision-making power here. I didn't like you from the beginning. I don't understand how you manipulated my son to make him insist on marrying you. Mom, I beg you. Please pity me. Pity your grandchild. Don't make me have an abortion, please. You can treat me as badly as you want, but please, don't harm my kids. Hey, have I treated you so badly? I don't remember it that way. I have always cared for and pampered you and your stinky little daughter. You are so ungrateful to say that to me. I've given you two a place to eat and sleep. That's already too kind to useless people like this. I'm so grateful to you, but... But what? Are you expressing your dissatisfaction to me? Don't I just ask you to do all the housework? You don't have a job. You don't make any money. Shouldn't you do something like that to repay me? No, I never mean that. Or do you still think it was because I tripped your foot and caused you to fall, so you had to go to the hospital for a checkup? I already made it clear. My feet were left there before because you walked carelessly and got caught on your own. I'm so sorry. It was my fault. How dare you say I treat your daughter horribly? You mean I abused her? Mom, I don't want to blame you for anything. It's just, my daughter told me that sometimes you would spank her just because she said she liked having a sister. I also saw some bruises, like being beaten with a whip on her legs after she returned from your house. Do you know anything about this? Oh, you cannot believe a single word of the child. Maybe she was so playful that she fell or fought over toys with her friends in class, and she was afraid of being scolded by you, and she made up stories like that. You are a mother. You must care for her, not ask me like this. Yes, Mom, I understood. I will be careful. But the little girl also said you never hug, kiss, or let her sit on your lap. She admires the other children who can play with their grandmother and always asks why you don't like her. I'm afraid that if it continues like this, she will be psychologically affected. So what? After all, she's just a useless girl like her mother. Later, she will only get married and have nothing to do with this family anymore. So why should I waste my feelings on her? Mom, please don't use that word in front of my daughter. And please don't say negative things about the birth parent in front of the kids. If she hears it, she'll think it's all my fault. Like it or not, that's the truth.
No one in this house welcomed its birth. If you had listened to my advice about the abortion, she wouldn't have suffered this much, all because you were determined to give birth to it. It's all your fault. Please grant me your forgiveness, but I have suffered enough. From now on, I will no longer tolerate your harsh words towards the children and me. How dare you? Don't have an abortion. I'll kick you three out of this house. This family doesn't have excess money to feed parasites like you. So now you must have an abortion and give me a grandson. Or you bring your ugly daughter out of this house right now. With all due my last respect, Mom, I will never kill my child. You don't have the right to kick me out of this house. My husband and I are not divorced, and we do not intend to be. So technically, this house is half mine, and he won't allow you to do this. Aren't you afraid he'll find out what you did to me and get mad at you? Are you threatening me? Huh! You are very audacious to say that. Don't you keep pretending to be a meekness and forbear daughter-in-law anymore? This is your real face, isn't it? I have always been patient with you until now, not because I pretend, but because I respect you as my husband's mother. But it's fine if you criticize me, but if you want to harm my babies, I definitely can't let it go. Huh? Then what are you going to do with me? Hit me, scorn me, or sue me? Do what you're gonna do. No, Mom, I won't act like that. I just need you to let us live together and never come to my house again. You are not entitled to give me orders. I didn't order you. I just wanted to have a deal with you. Deal with me? Do you have anything worth trading with me? I have your son's belief and love. You know that your son always trusts and loves me. If I showed him the messages you forced me to have an abortion, we all know how he would react. Hillary, you are being ridiculous. You should better not let my son know about this. Fine. I let you give birth to that baby and never touch her again. I will make you have to regret this. Yes, thank you, Mom. I hope you can keep the deal. I promise that no one will ever know about this conversation today.
Hey, Hillary. I heard that you gave birth yesterday, right? How do you feel now?
Oh, hi, Mom. Luckily, I had a healthy delivery. The new baby is very cute.
Oh, that sounds great. So, when will you go home from the hospital?
I think I will come home in the next 2 days. I'm not assured about my daughter. I don't know if she can get ready for the first day of school next week.
Oh, you don't have to worry about it. It would be best to take care for your health and the newborn better. Your husband told me that the newborn is not gaining enough weight, so you should stay at the hospital more a few days to monitor her health.
Mom, actually, the newborn is...
Oh, don't worry about the firstborn. I will take care of her for you in the next 2 days.
Really? It's so surprising. I think you've changed.
Yeah, Hillary, I think you said it right. Even if the babies are boys or girls, they are still my grandchildren, and I should care about them. I apologize for being so harsh on you earlier. I know you will not tolerate my mistakes, but I hope you will allow me to make up for you and the babies.
Oh, Mom, I am very happy to hear that. My daughter will be very excited when she hears about this. Of course I forgive you. I have always wished that we could become a real family.
Thank you, my lovely daughter-in-law. Yeah, it's the perfect time to build a true family.
I am also very sorry for getting angry and saying bad words to you the other day. I hope you didn't take it seriously.
It's okay. I was the one who was wrong first. I was very sorry for forcing you to have an abortion. I really can't believe I would say such cruel words. Fortunately, you did not listen to me.
It's all over, Mom. You don't have to feel guilty about it anymore. I'm so curious.
What could make you change your mind? I was just thinking about what you said. Indeed, I have not loved my beautiful grandchild before, and I want to make up for that time for her. Besides, I also don't want my son to be bothered when there are conflicts between the two women he loves the most. I believe you don't want that either? Yes, Mum. I believe we can live together harmoniously. Well, I understand. You've just had a baby, so I'm sure you're tired. You just have to rest and remember to stay in the hospital to monitor your health for a few more days. I'll come and take my grandchild to my home. Don't worry. Yes. Thank you, Mom. Hi, Mom. The baby and I had just got home. Thank you for taking care of my daughter these days. Can I ask you to drive her to my home, please? My husband went to the company for urgent issues and I couldn't pick her up yet. Huh? What are you talking about? Your daughter hasn't been in my house for 2 days. I don't know where she is. What? Mom, but you said you would take care of her when I stayed at the hospital. Why don't you know where she is? Besides, it's been 2 days. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Hey, I said I would take care of her, but I said I would only take care of her for 2 days. That's because you stayed in the hospital for so long without hiring a babysitter. Why didn't you care about her? Why blame me? How can you completely shirk any responsibility like this? It was you. You told me to stay at the hospital longer. Oh no, my poor daughter. I need to call the police. I need to call my husband. Hey, calm down. He said he would be home in a minute. My daughter is missing. Should I calm down? No, my daughter. Why do you have to waste time, effort, and money to find her? Who can be sure she is still alive? Gloria, how can you talk like that? You're such a cold-blooded person. If anything happens to my daughter, I will never forgive you. I will curse you to death. How dare you call my name like that? You seem like you're from a bad upbringing. What can I expect from a stupid, poor girl that a single mother raised? Besides, she just got lost while playing on her own. Didn't I purposely throw her out on the street, and you told me I was cold-blooded? So why didn't you tell me earlier? Because you didn't ask me about her. What kind of mother would leave her child to someone else to look after and then ignore it? The kid got lost. That's all because of you. Yeah, you're right. The child is missing because of me. Because I trusted you so much that I gave her to you. Hey, Hillary, calm down. This is not a time to blame one another. Yes, I need to find her. Where did the last time you met her? No, Hillary, I didn't mean you should go to find her. It's just that we can't tell if she's starved somewhere or she's been sold. We shouldn't waste our time looking for it. You should give birth to a new one. I have a feeling you will have a son this time. Shut up! How dare you talk about my daughter like that? Don't you have the slightest concern for my daughter? How could you say such scary things? Even now, do you still want to have a grandson? Didn't you promise not to harm the children and let us live in peace? And I still kept my promise. I promised not to touch you and the newborn baby. Look, you two are still healthy. You are so shameless. You clearly said that you wanted to live peacefully with me, didn't you? Why are you doing this? You are such an idiot. Do you think I'll ever humbly apologize to you? I just did this so you can relax your vigilance and let me pick her up. If she disappears, you'll have to have another baby, and I'll have a chance to have a grandson. What? That's all your plan? Just to have a grandson? It is really scary, Gloria. So what? You can't do anything now. Be obedient and give birth to another child. My grandson can't wait anymore. My husband has already come home. Wait, oh my god! That's my daughter! He brought our daughter come home. What? It can't be true. I dropped her far away from home. Gloria, I really wanted to live in harmony with you, but now it seems that will never happen. My husband said he knew everything you did. No, you are such a liar. You promised not to let him know anything. Yes, I still keep the promise. I am not the one who told him about this. My daughter did. What? How could he find her? I was careful. It turns out he came to the company to pick our daughter up. She said that yesterday you drove her to a park that was very far away from my house and dragged her out of the car and drove away. She cried and called out your name, but you didn't stop. She was very scary. But fortunately, a colleague of my husband's walking in the park recognized her and took her home to care for her. No, it's impossible! My husband's phone was run out of batteries yesterday, so the coworker couldn't call him until this morning. As soon as he arrived at the company, my daughter told him everything. He is furious now. You! It was because of you! Since you appeared, my obedient son has completely changed. If it weren't for you giving birth to 2 daughters, I wouldn't have come to this step. Gloria, you're so obsessive about it. Besides, I never said that the newborn is a girl. What? Really? You mean that the newborn is a boy? Do I have a grandson? Oh my god, it's unbelievable. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I wouldn't have treated you so harshly if I had known this. Oh, my beloved daughter-in-law. Yes, Gloria, my newborn child is a boy, but he is no longer your grandson anymore. What are you talking about? Of course I'm his grandmother. No, Gloria. My husband and I have decided to never allow you to come near, touch, talk to, or even look at our children again. We cannot let our children come into contact with a cruel, autocratic, sexist person like you. No way! You can't do that! You're lying! My son will never do this to me. Actually, this is his decision first. You should feel lucky that my daughter didn't get hurt. We would have sued her for child abuse if she was in pain. No, Hillary, please! Why can't I text my son anymore? He has blocked you already, and now it is my turn. No, please, Hillary, I'm really sorry. Hillary, from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry. Please let me see my grandson. I promise not to harm you or the kids anymore. Please forgive me.
After that, my mother-in-law came to the house to meet and apologize to us. But my husband refused to meet her face to face and sent her away. She cried and begged me to help, but honestly, I couldn't forgive what she did to the kids and me. My husband decided to cut ties with her and move to another place. I heard that when she heard that we were moving, she went to our friend's house to ask for our new location, but no one would tell her. Now I am very happy with my fulfilling life. My husband still loves me and the kids very much. Even though it was a bit difficult at first, we overcame it and are still together.
Ruth, I'm on my way home already. Hope you took care of the dishes as I asked. I'm sorry, but when did you do that? Are you kidding me? I told you this morning before I left the house. Don't tell me you haven't done any of the things I told you to do. Mom, but I told you yesterday that I was going to work late into the night, so I'd sleep late and wake up late too. Is this your idea of an excuse? You silly girl. How can you be so brazen when you're this lazy? I told you this last night. Why are you acting like I didn't? This is what you always do to me. You never listen to anything I say. Is that why you chose to disobey your mother? I should have known. What else was I going to expect from such a good-for-nothing daughter? Mom, I'm your daughter. Why would you say such a thing about me? Just shut up and get the dishes done as I told you. Also, prepare something for dinner, so I eat the moment I get home. While you're doing that, make sure you put the dirty clothes into the machine. By the time you're done cooking, the clothes should be dry enough for you to iron them. What? Dishes, cooking, and laundry? How many hands do I have, Mom? Are you complaining? What else have you been doing since morning? Mom, I have work to do. If I do all these, what time will I have to devote to my job? Oh, spare me. What job? All you do is lock yourself in that room of yours and then go out at odd times of the morning and afternoon. You know, I find your job suspicious, right? Some weeks you go only once, and in others you go every day, and then sometimes you don't even go at all. Don't think that because I've not called the cops on you, that makes me stupid. Are you calling me a criminal? What else is there to call you? You can't get a job like a normal person because you're dim-witted. Who would even want to hire you? Still, it's no excuse to turn to a life of crime. How can you say all these things about me when I pay the rent here and also cater to our food? So now you're talking back to me? Of course. Why don't you get a microphone and scream into the neighborhood? Go and do what I asked you to do this instant. Let Mia do them today. She doesn't do anything in the house besides playing loud music and lying on her bed all day. If I wanted Mia to do them, don't you think I would have asked her? Why do you keep making me do these things and my baby sister does nothing? It's not fair. You better get your ass to the kitchen and do the dishes as I asked, or there'll be hell to pay.
Ruth, are you done?
Done with what?
I heard Mom screaming at you earlier for not doing the laundry fast enough. So, are you done?
How could you ask me that? They were your clothes. Why didn't you just wash them yourself?
Come on, don't be mad at me. You know I can't risk ruining my nails. Even Dad is mad at you for making Mom mad, LOL. Either way, I'm glad you're done with that. I need a favor though. Can you quickly run over to the store down the street? I need a fresh supply of toiletries. Get them for me, okay? I know you have enough cash on you.
Excuse me? Washing your clothes was not enough? Now I have to run errands for you? Are you out of your mind? I'm your big sister.
So what? Stop making a big deal out of it. Just get the things for me. That's as simple as that.
Why can't you go yourself?
I just painted my nails. Besides, I'm not really in the mood to step out tonight. So, do it for me.
This disrespect is getting out of hand. You don't even have the money to buy these things, yet you're ordering me around.
Mom said you were like this. Just because of a little favor I asked, you're insulting me. This is why you will never get a great job that will pay you well. Always working out of your stinky room.
I don't have the strength to deal with you right now. Good night.
Yeah, go hide off in your room again, coward.
Hi, Mom. How are you doing? Have you done everything I asked you? Yes, I even got the lawn mowed this morning as well. I need to remind you of the business trip I told you about a few days ago. I'm leaving for the airport tomorrow. Trip? I never agreed to that. Yes, you and Dad did. I can remember clearly. Well, you're not going anywhere. There are a lot of things to be done in the house. Mia can do them. She's an adult herself. Haven't I warned you to stop involving your sister when you and I are talking? Sometimes I wonder what is in that skull of yours. You're embarrassing me. Still, my stance on this is final. You're not going anywhere. You can't stop me, Mom. You keep doing this, always ruining my plans, but it ends today. This business trip is a big deal for me and would boost my standing in my job. I can't miss it just because you don't want Mia doing dishes for 2 days. This sassy tone of yours is why you will never make it. How can you grow in your job when you don't even know how to follow instructions? How do I even know it's a job you're going to do? Say what you want, Mom. I'm going. You're not going anywhere, Ruth. Don't get on my nerves. I'm warning you. Hey, Mia, what's up?
Ha ha, the prodigal daughter returns.
What do you mean?
You ran off from home and now you're back. Have you finally realized that no one will accept you out there? You should be thankful for us for keeping you regardless of your ineptitude.
What are you talking about? I went on a business trip. Didn't Mom tell you?
Oh yeah, business trip. Is that what they call it these days? I'm your baby sister, you know. You should really be a better role model, don't you think?
I can't do this right now, Mia. I'm back home and I noticed the locks were changed. Did someone break in?
Oh, nothing of that sort. It's because of you. Since you chose to disobey Mom, she decided to change the locks. You don't deserve a key.
What? So how will I get in then?
You'll have to wait until either one of us comes home. And that's how it will be from now on. You really need to be taught some manners.
So I'll be outside until you choose to come back? When will that be?
Sometime tonight. Same for Mom.
You expect me to be outside until then?
Come on, it's not my fault you refused to listen to Mom. All this is on you, sis.
You know what? I'm so done with you guys. I'm leaving the house for you all. Don't bother with a key anymore.
What do you mean?
I'll be sleeping in a hotel tonight, and tomorrow I'll come for my things.
LOL, threatening us won't make your punishment lighter. Give it up already.
I guess we'll have to see about that.
Ruth, you were really serious about leaving?
Of course. More serious than I've been about anything else in my life. I'm sick and tired of you and Mom treating me like trash. Despite everything I do for you guys, nothing is ever enough.
Come on. So you pay the rent to buy a few things in the house. That doesn't exempt you from house chores, does it?
What do you mean exempt? I do all the house chores. What do you ever do?
You're blowing all these out of context, but I really don't care. Anyway, I noticed the truck that came to move your things out. Golden Movers? I know that company. They're one of the top movers in the state. There's no way you can afford them on your meager earnings. What's your secret?
LOL, you really don't know me, do you? Well, how can you, when you spend most of your time either putting me down or insulting me? For the record, I could afford Golden Movers even if they charged me 10 times the regular fee. It wouldn't matter. I didn't pay for their services, though.
I knew it. I'm sure you probably seduced one of the drivers and had him help you out. Did you even consider the fact that he might lose his job? You're so heartless.
The fact that you think so little of me shows how much our relationship has deteriorated. If you must know, Golden Movers is just the offshoot of the company I work for. I'm the regional manager of Golden Gate, the top real estate company in the state. So I was just using company property to move my stuff.
Golden Gate? I don't believe you.
Honestly, I don't care. My work is mostly remote and I have to make a lot of calls, which is why I'm always locked in my room. But then, we have an office that I also manage, which is where I go to every once in a while. Other times, I go with clients to inspect properties, and the commission I get from there is what pushed me into the millionaire bracket.
My God, you're a millionaire? Why didn't you say anything?
Would it have changed anything?
Of course. You can't go now. Call off the movers at once. You can't leave your baby sister all alone here with Mom.
LOL, you're funny. Stay with Mom who loves you so much. I'm sure you both will be happier when I'm out of your lives.
Ruth, what is this I'm hearing from your sister? Are you really a millionaire?
It doesn't make a difference, Mom. You'll still treat me the same way you've always treated me. Besides, I told you about it when I first got the job, but like everything that has to do with me, you believed I would never make it.
That's no excuse, girl. If I knew, then things would have been different.
What? You would have given Mia more chores?
No, we would have hired staff to take care of the chores. You had that much money and you said nothing. You're really selfish, you know?
Well, now I'm out of your hair, so I won't be a bother anymore. I'm in a better place now with other millionaires in the elite part of the city. You and I have nothing in common anymore.
What? No! We're a family and we must stay together. You must come back home at once.
Not gonna happen.
Stop being so uptight, dummy. Just because you managed to make a few bucks doesn't mean you're ready to face the world out there.
I'm a full-grown adult mom. I've been paying the rent for years and basically feeding you guys all this while. I've been facing the world while you trapped a bubble around Mia and made her believe everything comes easy. You are all about to learn otherwise. I would love to see how you'll both survive on your meager earnings.
Ruth, just calm down, okay? Let's talk about this. You don't have to come back, but we can all come over and stay with you. And I promise things will be different from now on.
Your promise holds no weight with me. I will never live under the same roof with you guys ever again. Simple. You and Dad have shown that you really don't want what's best for me.
Please think about this. How will your sister and I cope? The year is almost running to an end. Where will I see the rent? What about feeding? You know how your sister eats.
You knew all this, yet you treated me like a slave?
I'm sorry. I felt that if I treated you that way, you would never leave us. You've always been the responsible one, and I exploited it. I'm sorry.
Well, your plan backfired. My own mother. You treated me like dirt and lived off me like a parasite. You stifled my growth and tried to stand in the way of my progress. No mother of mine would ever behave this way. You're no longer my mother.
Just hold on. Let's not make any rash decision. We're family, remember?
No, not anymore. Goodbye, Gwen.
Wait, let's talk about this. I need help. I can't take care of your sister alone. Ruth!
After kicking them out of my life, I tried to move forward. In my new environment, I made friends with like-minded people who were also intentional about growth. It was in the new neighborhood that I fell in love with Isaac. It has been a blissful experience for me. In 2 months, we'll be getting married, and I've never been happier. As for my parents and my sister, the last I heard of them, they were barely scraping by. When they couldn't pay up on the rent, they had to move into the suburbs to more affordable quarters. As far as I was concerned, the three of them were getting what they deserved for the way they treated me for years.